How's it going, guys, and welcome to a brand new series. So this is the community farm, and basically what that means in a nutshell is this is your farm. So you guys are going to make all of the decisions on this farm. The decision making process is in your hands. I'm going to have very little to no input on this farm in terms of decision making. So how I came up with this idea is on a lot of my videos, I get a lot of suggestions, and I welcome those suggestions because most of those suggestions are really good, and I do end up using a lot of your suggestions. But on the other hand, there's also inevitably a few suggestions that come in every once in a while that, to me at least, just don't make any sense. And I guess in this series we're going to find out who's right and who's wrong. So I have no doubt that there'll be a lot of good suggestions and good decision making going on this farm. But I have no doubt that it'll probably be a lot of horrible decisions being made as well. And I'm going to have to go against every fiber in my body screaming, don't do that, and I'm going to have to do it, so that we can see how this goes. But the whole idea behind the series is absolutely 100% to have fun. It's a bit of a breakaway for me as well from the roleplay series, which I absolutely love, but obviously it is a much more sort of complex thing, and in terms of the way that it's recorded and structured and planned and all of that, is very different to what this is going to be. So this is absolutely 100% just to sort of let my hair down a little bit and involve you guys a lot more into the channel as well. So there's going to be, or there's going to have to be, kind of a lot of input from you guys to make this whole thing work. So I really do hope that you guys enjoy the series a lot, because I am very excited for it. I think it's going to be really fun to do for me to record it, and also really fun for you guys to watch and sort of control in a way. So I think before I sort of go into the whole explanation of how we're going to make everything work and how the whole decision making processes and everything is going to happen, let's go around the farm and we'll do a quick tour of the farm itself and all of the equipment and everything that we've got, so that you guys have a lay of the land and know what we're working with. And then I'll sort of explain how everything is going to run, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So first things first, let's do a quick farm tour. Alright, well, our first little piece of equipment here is a John Deere Gator. So it's a little lifted Gator, so this will be really handy to get around the farm, because the farm yard itself is massive. We also have a decent amount of fields, nothing sort of over the top, but decent. And also in terms of the equipment that we've got pretty decent equipment, but sort of older equipment. So I wanted to sort of find a balance between having enough to not make it too difficult and not sort of have a really slow start like we have in, well, the roleplay series and also the No Man's Land time-lapse series. I wanted something where we sort of hit the ground running, but I also wanted to sort of leave a bit of headroom for upgrading equipment, that sort of a thing. So I hope I hit that balance quite well, but you guys can let me know anyways. So right, we have got a bog standard bale trailer over here. So we don't have the sides on that because we have got a square baler. And then we have a beautiful Mack truck over here with its trailer, which is really nice. I do like this truck a lot. And then we have a Case 2588 combine with its headers and header trailers. So yeah, pretty nice combine. Again, something a little bit on the older side, but around 300 horsepower, so quite powerful and not a bad piece of equipment, but definitely room for improvement. So yeah, that is the first little bit of equipment. And then this is, well, silage bunkers, and then over there I'm guessing maybe root crop storage, and then over there we have our sort of grain storage. So yeah, that is the first little part of the farmyard. And then if we head down here, I'm not sure if this is sheep, maybe? I think this is maybe a sheep area. It could be cows, although I think cows are sort of all the way down there. And then over here we have two different sheds. We have got a compactor and a leveler. And then over in this shed here, we have got a whole load of front loader equipment. So we have got two front loaders for two tractors, and we'll see in a little bit what those tractors are. Obviously, the green one is going to be for a John Deere tractor. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that I am quite a bit of a John Deere fan, and I don't really know specifically why. I guess it's probably because I sort of grew up around John Deere equipment. But I mean, I equally like Case and New Holland and all of them. I mean, I really do like Ford and that as well, and even Fiat and all. But I don't know, I just always sort of lean towards John Deere a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know. Either or, doesn't really matter. As I always said, I'm a tractor fan, so regardless of what it is, there's no brand that I dislike, let's put it that way. But if I had the choice, I usually sort of lean towards John Deere. But anyway, this is not my farm. If you guys don't like the John Deere, we'll sell it and we'll buy something else. Right, so we have got in this shed over here just a gooseneck trailer. So that is for a pickup truck that we've got. We do have a lot of shed space, like a huge amount of shed space. So I actually think in this shed there is nothing. Then over here we have got all of our sort of grassland care stuff. So we have got our mowers, we've got a roller, we've got a tedder, we've got a wrapper, we have got a rower, we have got a weeder, we've got a water tank, and then we have a steel beam. And we have got our first tractor. So this is a small New Holland T4 and no cab or anything on that. And the one front loader up there is for this little tractor. So this is a little, basically just a farmyard tractor that we'll use to move trailers around and move bales around and that sort of a thing. If we're going to do any sort of bale handling, we definitely have the equipment for it, but we can always sell it and do something else. Again, all of that is up to you guys. Then we have two nice trailers over here, decent sized trailers. Quite nice. I like those trailers actually, the sort of dolly trailers. And then we have got a bale shredder. We have got a feed mixer. We have got a square baler, and we have got a foliage wagon. So we definitely have equipment to do livestock. I think we've actually got all of the equipment that we need for cows and probably anything else. Cows, I think, are usually the most complicated. And I think we have all of the equipment we need to do cows. So I think this is the cow area over here. So this all opens up. And this is obviously sort of, well, by the looks of it, sort of the milking area, I would say. Yeah, and then this is the cow pasture. So I think the other one, and this is actually a field as well. So we can grow something else here if you guys want me to. I think this is basically just grass by the looks of it. But yeah, so we definitely can do livestock if you guys want me to do that. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. Right, then over here we have got our sprayers with an extra tank. We have got a rock picker. We've got a massive big cultivator. We've got a chisel plow over there. And we have got a roller. And then back here we have a little electric forklift. I nearly said a front loader there. So we've got a charging station and a electric forklift. I just sort of wanted to go electric, and I thought that would be a good spot for the charging point. In here, I don't think we have anything. No, we have a big storage space, but nothing in there. And the same in here. I don't think we have anything here. No, we don't. Right, in the next shed. Oh, here we have our diesel, and I'm not sure what's in there. Probably fertilizer or something. Not sure. Right, in here we have got a transport trailer for animals, and then we have a big auger wagon. We have got a big spreader, which I thought we'll probably use that really big one for lime, and then we have got the smaller one for fertilizer, dry fertilizer. And this small one has got something like a range of 48 meters or something. So yeah, very, very, very wide working with on that. So that is what we have in this shed over here. These sheds are quite weird because you have to sort of close one door to open another one, but you can sort of open any one. So like I can open that and then it'll open another bit. But anyway, here we have got our other tractors. So the first one here is probably for our big field work with the likes of the big cultivators and stuff like that, is an Alice Chalmers 8550. And I don't know why, but I really like this tractor. Just a really cool sort of old school tractor. And I hope I say that correctly. I can't really remember the correct pronunciation for that. Alice Chalmers? I think it's Chalmers. But I definitely have heard of them. I've never seen one in real life, I don't think. I don't recall ever seeing one, but I do know of them. And for some reason, I just find them really cool. And they sort of right up there with the likes of like the big buds and that sort of thing for me personally. So yeah, never seen a big bud in real life either. I would absolutely love to. But yeah, the old Alice Chalmers. For some reason the pronunciation just escaped me there. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I might be correct. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm pronouncing it wrong. For some reason it feels like I am. And then we have a 7810 over here, our John Deere, which has got the front loader on it as well. So decent little tractor. It is barely powerful enough. In fact, it's probably about 20 horsepower down to run a lot of our sort of grass equipment, like the balers and stuff like that. So we're probably about 20 horsepower down, so it'll run it, but it probably wouldn't run it really well and probably struggle a little bit on the uphills. But again, if you guys think that we need to, well, replace it or anything, well, then we can do that. Again, we'll get into how that is all going to work in a little bit. Then over here, we have got a really big seeder or planter. And then over here, we have got a seeder as well. So I think this one is about 12 meters, and this one is somewhere in the region of 9, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that is what we have got over here. And I think that basically covers it for equipment. So the only other thing that we have that I haven't shown, and we'll head up there and have a look at it real quick, is our pickup truck. We have got a really nice pickup truck. So again, yeah, in terms of the equipment, especially the tractors and all, slightly smaller, older type equipment, but definitely capable of doing the job. But there are probably better, more efficient, bigger, stronger options. So upgrades available. Over here we have got our beautiful Chevrolet pickup truck. It's an absolute beast of a truck. And yeah, just looks really cool. We've got the light bars and everything on it. And yeah, just a cool old pickup truck. So yeah, we've got that as well. We're probably, I don't know how much we'll use that. Obviously it's got a decent bed on the back there, so we can move some stuff around if we need to. And then of course we have the gooseneck trailer that we can pull around with that. So yeah, definitely an option there to use that on the farm. Or again, if you guys think that maybe it's not worth having it around the farm because we do have other trailers, we can always sell it and probably get rid of the gooseneck as well and use that money towards something else. Right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to head around and we're going to look at some of the fields that we own so that you guys sort of know what we're dealing with in terms of field and size of fields and layout and crops. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we are just going to head down and have a look at what fields we own. But before we do, I did go and check real quick about my pronunciation on the tractor there, Alice Chalmers, and it is correct. I just completely drew a blank on the pronunciation there for a minute, so yeah, my bad. It is quite late at night and I did have a very long day at work, so yeah, my brain is a bit in nope mode at the moment. I actually had it a few days ago as well, where I was uploading some shorts and for the life of me could not figure out if I spelled shorts correctly. I typed in hashtag shorts and looked at it and just went, that looks wrong. and could not figure out if I spelled that correctly. So I actually had to go Google the spelling of shorts to make sure that it was right. It was, but it just looked wrong. And the more I looked at it, the more it looked wrong. So, yeah, that was annoying. But it's just, yeah, not a good idea to sort of be making content really late at night for me. Especially after work. But anyway, here we are, doing it anyway. I do try and make most of my content on my off days, though, because of that reason. Anyway, so this is field number 7. So it is a pretty decent sized field. It's actually quite a big field, and there's absolutely nothing on here at the moment. Then we have, oh, what was that? Then we have field number 8. So a smaller field, not a bad sized field with nothing on it. Then we have 2 also smaller fields, about the same size as this, I think. So we have number 9 over here, and this is canola, which is ready to harvest. We do have seasons turned off, so you will see sort of a change in seasons, but we actually have seasons turned off. So visually it'll change, but it doesn't really matter for crops. We can sort of plant and harvest and whatever whenever. So just again makes it a bit more flowing and a little bit easier. Otherwise, it might just be a lot of sort of dead space in between. But yeah, this is canola. It is on a 53% yield bonus, so not too bad, I guess. And yeah, decent sized field, so we can get in and harvest this real soon. Unless, I don't know, maybe you guys don't like canola and we're just gonna plow all of it back into the ground. I don't know, we shall see. And over here we have got wheat, which is also ready to harvest. 75% yield bonus, 50% fertilized. So that is it for the fields over here. And then across the road we have field number 13, which is a bit of a problem field, because in here we have got sugar beet, but we have got no sugar beet equipment. And this is still growing, so it's on a 43% yield bonus. It's got a bit of a weed problem, partial weed problem apparently. But yeah, it's a decent sized field. It's a very sort of elongated field, quite a nice field. But yeah, we don't have any sugar beet equipment, so I don't know what we're gonna do with this field. You guys will have to decide on that. Are we gonna get rid of it? Are we gonna buy equipment? Are we gonna rent equipment? So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't know. Not my decision, so I don't have to know, which is kind of nice. I'm liking this already. Right, let's go have a look at the other fields that we have got. So that is what we have down here, and then the other ones, I think there's 2 more, are sort of part of pastures. So the one we already kind of saw, which is the one that is part of the cow pasture. So it is this one in here. It's quite a big field as well. So at the moment it is grass, ready to harvest, 23% yield bonus on it. Not fertilized at all, but it's a pretty big field. And this is all sort of roaming area for the cows. So we can put another crop in here, but at the moment it is grass, and if we're going to be doing livestock, probably not a bad idea to have grass. But we can always grow grass somewhere else and put like corn in there. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Right, then there's one other field, so that is field number 11. And then we have field number 12, and I'll give you guys sort of an overhead view of the map, so that you can sort of get a better idea of the layout of it as well. So this is field number 12, and this is also grass ready to harvest, and it goes all the way up to that ridge there. Does it? Seems like it does, or does it get cut off sooner? No. Yeah, it goes all the way up on that ridge. So yeah, pretty decent sized field. And then there's a big field back here, which is not ours. We don't own this field. Field number 14, which is a massive big field back here. And there's another one. There's quite a nice view from down there as well. Ooh, Oh, this is potatoes growing. Big potato field. Oh my goodness, that'll take forever. Man, that'll take forever to harvest. Root crops are slow. Really, really slow. Right, anyway, there's a field number 13 down here. And then there's a big field number 19 down there, which we do not own. But, yeah, quite a nice field. Anyway, that is it in terms of the field, or fields that we own. So we have got our farmyard over here, and there. So that's our house. That's where the truck and everything is up there. And then we have sort of our cow area down here. And then the sheep. I think that's sheep over there. And then we have field number 13, 10, 9, 8, and 7. And that is sort of what we own. So, yeah, that is it in terms of the fields. And this is the entire map. So if you want to sort of pause that and have a look around about fields and everything and come up with any ideas, well, yeah, you're more than welcome to do that. So I think all that there is left to do is to explain how exactly this whole series is gonna work. So yeah, let's get into that, and I'll explain to you how we're going to do this, how everything is going to work out, what we can do, what we can't do, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so now that you guys have got a good idea of the layout of the farm, of the land that we have available, the crops that we have currently, and the equipment that we have available to us, the next thing is how is all of this going to work. So, first things first is loans. We can take loans, but we are limited to $100,000. So we can go to $100,000, but nothing more. We can pay it off, or we can pay part of it off, and then we can basically loan up to $100,000 again, but we can never break through $100,000 in terms of loans. So that is the first thing. So the next thing is, how is the suggestions going to work? Well, this is obviously episode 1, sort of introduction to the series, so there's going to be no farming today, and that'll all start happening from the next episode, which is obviously episode 2. So what I need you guys to do is go into the comment section of every video every week and give your suggestions, and then vote on those suggestions as well, and I'll go through all of the top voted suggestions every week, and I'll pick a few of them and do that in the next video. So how many I'll pick will vary each video, because it depends on how much I can get done in one episode. If it's very simple things like buy this or sell this, obviously I can do a lot of that, so I can pick quite a few. But if it's something like a really big job, then I'm probably only going to be able to do one in that episode. So how many ideas I pick will vary, but you can keep those suggestions coming every week, so eventually I'll probably pick up, if it's, well, highly voted ideas. So the other thing is as well with that is you are more than welcome to give more than one idea. You can give multiple suggestions, but if you do, make sure to put them into separate comments so that people can vote on those ideas separately. If you put one comment with like a whole list of ideas, well, then people can't really vote on the individual ideas. So if that gets voted really high, what I'll have to do is just pick the first thing on the list and do that. I won't do everything on the list. So make sure if you've got more than one idea that you put them into separate comments so that they can be voted on separately. And then another thing with that is, if you do have an idea, make sure that that idea hasn't been mentioned before. Because if it has been, then just vote on that and it'll obviously push it up on the sort of priority list. Otherwise, we might have 20 people with the same idea, but everyone just typed their own idea into the comment section. So we've got the same idea listed 20 times but never voted on. So other things are going to take priority above that because, well, it'll be very difficult for me to go and count how many times people posted the same thing. So I'm going to go off of likes. comment likes. That is gonna take priority. So that is a plan. So make sure that you sort of check the other comments before you post your ideas in there, so that you can push your ideas further up the ranks, because someone else might have thought of the same thing. Then the other thing is, ideas will have to obviously be possible. So if we've only got 40,000 in the bank account and someone says, oh, go buy this field and it's $9 million and it's got a huge amount of likes on it or votes on it, it's not possible. So then I'll just switch to, well, the next idea or suggestion that is on the list. So it has to be possible. But that is the idea in terms of the voting system. So it basically works on comments and likes, and the most likes on the comments are sort of going to take priority. And I am not really going to filter through them at all. If we have, let's say, five comments, and they're sort of, well, obviously the top 5 voted, and I can do all 5 in the next episode, I'm going to do that. I'm not just going to pick the ones that I want to do. I'm going to literally take the highest ranked ones and just do them if they are possible to do. So that is the idea. I hope it works. I think it's going to work. I think this is going to be a really, really fun series. I have to say, I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. If it doesn't work, we'll sort of maybe modify the voting system and everything a little bit, but we'll make it work in the end. But I think it'll work the way it's sort of structured now, but only time will tell. So in terms of how long is this series going to run, well, it's basically, I'm going to try and run this thing as long as possible. So there's 2 scenarios in which I'll end the series. Scenario number 1 is the farm goes bankrupt. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but that'll end the series. Or the farm is so wildly successful and we've got so much money to the point that it's actually boring, then I'll end the series. But if the series is really popular and you guys enjoy it a lot, if we hit either one of those scenarios, we can always just sort of shut it down and then pick a different map and do the same thing again. Start off again and do something like this on a different map. So it's something that we can run for a long time if you guys enjoy it. It's sort of my way to get you guys more involved into the channel and onto a farm and that sort of a thing, without actually having a multiplayer server, which I don't have at the moment. I am planning for something like that in the future. I just don't have sort of the capabilities of it at the moment. Hopefully when the channel gets a little bit bigger, that'll be a possibility for me, but we'll see. I think this is going to be a really fun series to sort of make up for that, and it gets you guys involved as well, so that'll be really, really cool. But that is going to be it for today, guys. So I hope you guys like the idea of the series, and I hope you sort of understand my explanation of the whole voting system. But if you do get stuck, just send me an email or whatever, or go in the comments. I always check the comments. I think most of you guys probably know that I do try and answer the comments as much as I possibly can. So if you do get stuck, just go in the comments and ask questions, and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. And yeah, let's see how this goes. I hope you guys are excited for this, as I am. I think it's going to be really, really fun, and that's sort of the aim of this series, is just to have fun. Nothing about this is serious. If the farm fails miserably, then that's absolutely fine. I think it's just going to be a really cool, really fun series, and yeah, I can't wait to do the next episode. But that is going to be it for today, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.